What made you sleep with one eye open? After our third miscarriage, my husband Noel started converting our spare bedroom closet into what he called a meditation space. He put candles and pictures of babies in there and spent an hour every night with the door closed. He installed a lock and kept the only key on his keychain. I let him be since he had just lost his kid too, until I found fertility tracking apps on his phone. He had 5 different ones logging my cycles. I was devastated by our losses and wasn't sure if I wanted to try again. Meanwhile, Noel became obsessed with having a baby. I caught him adding supplements to my morning smoothies. Things got stranger after my promotion. Noel kept making comments about stress affecting fertility. He'd leave articles on my pillow about women who quit their jobs and got pregnant immediately. Then his mother called saying she'd had a dream about twins. Noel took this as a sign and started telling people I was pregnant before we'd tried again. The real turning point came at my routine doctor's appointment. Noel insisted on coming even though it was just a checkup. We sat in the waiting room and he kept rubbing my stomach and whispering to it. When the nurse called us back, he jumped up and announced, "We're here for our prenatal appointment." I tried to correct him, but he talked over me and told the nurse we were having twins just like his mother predicted. The doctor looked confused when she came in. She asked if I'd taken a pregnancy test, and before I could answer, Noel said, "She doesn't need one. I can feel our baby's spirits." The doctor gently suggested we do a test anyway, and Noel got agitated. He said modern medicine doesn't understand spiritual connections, and that he knew I was pregnant because he'd been praying for exactly 47 minutes every night. The test came back negative, and Noel accused the doctor of making a mistake. Other patients stared at us as he raised his voice and demanded she test again. I sat there frozen while my husband argued with a medical professional about whether I was pregnant with twins I knew didn't exist. The doctor finally asked him to calm down or she'd call security. He grabbed my arm hard enough to leave marks and stormed out muttering about finding a real doctor. The ride home was silent except for Noel breathing heavily through his nose. His knuckles were white on the steering wheel, and he kept shaking his head like he was having a conversation with himself. When we got home, he went straight to his prayer closet and locked the door. I tried to talk to him through the door, but he wouldn't respond. For 3 days, he ate his meals alone and slept on the couch. I'd catch him staring at me with this empty look that made my skin crawl. He started leaving post-it notes around the house with Bible verses about barren women. I found one in my coffee mug that said, "Give me children or I shall die," Genesis 31. Later that week, I woke up at 3 a.m. to find him sitting on my side of the bed watching me sleep. The room smelled like the candles from his closet. He had printed out articles about how career women cause their own infertility and spread them across the bed. In his lap was a folder labeled "Evidence of Lena's Betrayal." "Your babies are calling for you," he said. His eyes looked wild in the dim light. "Our lost children want siblings, but you're too selfish to give them that." He opened the folder and showed me screenshots of every work email where I mentioned being tired or stressed. He had highlighted passages in my text to my sister about being scared to try again. There were photos of me drinking coffee at work with poison written across them in red marker. "You've been murdering our babies with your ambition," he said. "I calculated it. Every hour you work is one less egg that survives. Your promotion killed our twins." He pulled out a resignation letter he'd typed on my letterhead. "You need to sign this now," he said. "This promotion is Satan's way of stopping our family. I already called your boss and told him you're having a breakdown." His hand was shaking as he held out a pen. "Sign it or I'll have to tell everyone what you've been doing to our babies." I sat up and looked at this man I'd been married to for 8 years. His hair was greasy and he had dark circles under his eyes from staying up in his prayer closet. "You're scaring me," I told him. That's when I revealed I knew about the fertility supplements in my smoothies and the crib he'd hidden in the garage. His ex-wife had emailed me months ago warning me about his behavior when they'd tried for children. "You get help or I leave tonight," I said. He stood up fast and moved toward the bedroom door like he was going to block it. I grabbed my phone and called my sister on speaker so she could hear everything. "I'm at Lena's house," I lied loudly, "and I'm scared Noel is going to hurt me." That stopped him cold. The mention of his behavior being witnessed by someone else seemed to break through whatever state he was in. He agreed to therapy, but only if it was for couples fertility counseling. I spent a week at my sister's while he started seeing someone. It's been 3 months. He's in therapy but still pauses at baby stores. I'm secretly on birth control and got a job offer in Portland.